Hi folks, welcome to Follow the Leader, a podcast focused on telling character-driven stories through the use of GM-less tabletop games where we can all take the lead. You can find us on Twitter and Tumblr at FTLcast. We also have a Patreon at patreon.com/FTLcast. Today we're playing Microscope by Ben Robbins. For those of you who are new to this game, here are the basics. In Microscope, you build an epic history as you play. Want to play a game that spans the entire Dune series, The Silmarillion, or the rise and fall of Rome in an afternoon? That's Microscope. But you don't play the history from start to finish, marching along in chronological order. Instead, you build your history from the outside in. You start off knowing the big picture, the grand scheme of what happens, and then you dive in and explore what happened in between, the how and why that shaped the events. I'm Sam. You can find me on Twitter at SAKalo and on Etsy at etsy.com/shop/SAKalo, and my pronouns are he, him. Playing today with me, we have...
Well, hi. My name is Noah. I go by Paragon Raptors on Twitter and Tumblr and Instagram, basically everywhere. And my pronouns are he, him.
Hi, I'm Kales. You can find me on Twitter at Citadel of Swords. If you want to go look at my Tumblr, you can find it at Citadel of Swords. I don't know why you'd want to, though. You can find the games that I write at citadelofswords.itch.io. And if you want to check out a hack of this game, sort of hack, I don't know what the fuck it is, I gotta ask, of this game that I wrote, you can keep an eye out for that real soon.
I'm Mab. You can find me on Twitter at... Wait, Kales, pronouns. Did you have pronouns?
I don't have pronouns. Don't refer to me ever.
Alright, cool. So... I do not exist within this mortal coil. Then I'll just keep going. My name is Mab. You can find me on Twitter at Little Lady Mab. I use she, her pronouns. You can find me at Gen Con. I'll be running a few games. I think my tables are all full, but check out my Twitter for more details when I go double check that. And you can find my game Twitter, which I'll plug instead of my actual itch, at Sunshine Paladin. And I'll be doing more game work there eventually soon. And I'm not cosplaying. Yeah, that's cool.
You can also find all of us, the entire FTL cast, except possibly Jade.
We don't know who's going to be there yet, so it'll be a surprise for all of us when we get there. We're recording this 3 months in advance.
At FlameCon! Which is, by the time this episode goes up, in like a month.
Yep. Yeah. It's going to be last minute Gen Con, and maybe I can make it for FlameCon. So, we'll see you there.
Yeah. So our lines, things that we absolutely do not want to see, are homophobia and transphobia, racism, sexism, violence against children and animals, sexual assault, domestic violence or intimate partner violence, and unwanted pregnancy. Our veils, things we're fine with addressing but will just fade to black on, are steamy situations and graphic depictions of bodily harm. Noah, do you have any other lines and veils that you want to add to the list?
Nope, I'm good.
Perfect. Now that we've got all that, let's get started.
Great,
Cool.
Time to explain another rule-heavy game. Hi, folks. Welcome to the podcast where I explain rule-heavy games.
One day, we'll take that responsibility from your shoulders, but today, it's not that day.
Today is not that day.
Today is not that day. You're the only one who understands real heavy games.
So, what is Microscope?
What is Microscope?
We just don't know.
There's a really great little introduction on page 6 of the rulebook. This is a really great rulebook. If you want an example of a really good way to write a rulebook for a rule crunchy game, look at this one, because not only does this book explain to you the game, but it also explains to you how to teach the game, and tips from the 2 years of playtesting that Ben Robbins and friends did for this game to make it what it is. And it really shows. So, what is Microscope on page 6? Microscope works differently than some other role-playing games you might have played, so let's abandon some preconceptions. You won't have your own character. You won't play the game in chronological order. You may know all about the future, but be surprised by the past. You'll build the story from the outside in. You'll decide the big picture, the grand scheme of history, and then burrow down and carve out the details. It's fractal gaming. So think big. You have a massive chunk of history to play around in. That's the game. There's another part. The only problem with the teaching Microscope section is that it is literally like at the back of the book, and then that what is Microscope section is at the beginning of the book.
Yeah.
Scroll.
It's not convenient when you're looking at it on a computer. Oh my god, there is so much with this game.
This is a big fucking PDF.
I was gonna say, it's a hefty PDF. 81 pages.
It is
a lot.
81 pages long. The author of the game says I should read this part to you because it's really important. All of us sitting at this table have equal creative power. At times we'll have different roles and authority, but we're all equal participants and authors. It may sound like I'm running the game because I'm going to be explaining a lot about the rules, and I may interrupt and jump in to clarify how the game is played. But I don't have any more authority than anyone else when it comes to actually playing the game. There's no GM. Thank God, because this is a podcast about GM-less tabletop games, except on April Fool's Day. Okay, I'm gonna try really hard to explain this well, but not in an hour. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna start a new game. History starts out as a fairly blank slate, just a broad outline of what happens, but as each player takes turns adding new elements, you'll see more and more detail emerge. We don't want to get too detailed right away, because we want to save those for later on in the history, so we're just gonna stay real broad strokes here, and that's like a core part of the game. That's not me being like, okay, we gotta move. So, to start a new game, follow these steps. 1, big picture. 2, bookend history. 3, palette, add or ban ingredients. 4, first pass. Yeah, this game actually builds in lines, which is pretty cool.
That is pretty cool, actually.
So, big picture. Brainstorm a simple overview of the history you want to play. If you were looking in a history book, this would be the one line that summarizes what happens but leaves out all the details. It should be no more than a single sentence. So hey, what do we want to do?
What do we want to do?
What do we want to do?
Space dinosaurs.
Oh my god.
Fuck yes!
The magic words have been spoken.
Yes!
All
Y'all
right.
are gonna have to, I'm so sorry in advance for whoever's editing this for the background noise, but it is boiling in my room and I've left the window open.
Anyway.
Space dinosaurs?
Space dinosaurs. Fuck yeah.
I've already written it down on the whiteboard.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, it's on the whiteboard. Perfect, yeah. Where is it on the whiteboard? I don't see it. Oh, that's a different one. Never mind. I had 2 different whiteboards open at the same time, so I was trying to decide which one to use.
Oh.
Space dinos.
Are we a space dinosaur civilization?
We should be space dinos.
Yeah, that's a good question. My brain immediately goes to, this is a space version of the 90s TV series Dinosaurs.
So here for that.
I'm not familiar with this 90s TV show.
Is the 90s TV series like The Land Before Time?
No, it's puppet dinosaurs. And
Hold
it's
on,
like
I'm Googling it for you guys.
Oh, thank God.
But is it like
I
the
feel
characters are the dinosaurs?
Yeah.
Yes.
Lit. Let's go.
Love it.
We're gonna play some fucking dinosaurs.
Here's the intro, you guys.
Oh, I hate this. Oh, I hate this, you guys.
Oh, I've
It's
seen
perfect.
this. Oh, I've seen this.
It's perfect. I hate it.
Okay.
I love the 90s, everyone.
Aren't you so glad you invited me here?
That's some practical effects for sure. But
Yep.
God, at what cost?
Boy, do I love it.
I'm literally going to insist on this going into the show notes.
What, this video?
Yeah.
Oh God, I hate their faces!
Step 2, bookend history. Your history will be divided into periods. Each period is a very large chunk of time, probably decades or centuries. Describe how your history begins and ends. These are your starting and ending periods, the bookends of your history. You'll add more periods later on, but everything will be between these points. We're going to agree on a short description for each period, and then we're going to decide whether each description is light or dark, whether what happens during that period is generally happy or tragic. This is the tone of each period. The tone of the starting and ending period do not have to match.
I've drawn us a timeline.
Thank you.
I wish I could get the little typing box, out of the way. Oh, never mind. I figured out how to do that.
So how does our history begin?
How do they get to the planet? Do they leave Earth, or have they always been there? What are we saying?
Or is this an alternate Earth history where, the dinosaurs just evolved into being, sentient beings? An ultra-advanced civilization of dinosaurs?
These were the dinosaurs that were on Mars.
Good. So the dinosaurs evolve on Mars. That's what starts it over here. That's the beginning of our history.
So we're on Mars.
We're on Mars.
I guess we're on Mars.
So.
We're calling that light.
I'm literally
right?
throwing out goofers, so
That's literally all our podcast is about. Just big goofs.
Big goofs.
I love this.
We have to do a dramatic swerve for the ending period, I think. We have to do something real drastic.
The dinosaurs get into a nuclear war with some other aliens and end up destroying themselves, and that's the end of their history.
No, that's so sad.
I feel like that's the easy way out.
Yeah.
That's true.
We can think bigger.
Guys, this is literally just the plot of the fucking Ninja Sex Party song Dinosaur Laser Fight. I hope you guys realize that.
See, so it's already been done.
The dinosaurs decide to start a major space rock band and go on a galactic tour.
Yeah!
That's the end of their history. That's where we lose track of them forever.
Just like the entire civilization is a rock band.
They leave our solar system never to return in our lifetimes.
They hitch a ride on a comet.
We have done some goofs on this podcast, but I think this is the goofiest thing we've ever done.
I know we're still talking big picture here, but are we saying, 1 billion dinosaurs form a rock band and
Yes!
absconded to...
Absolutely.
100%.
It's like the Partridge Family, but it's dinosaurs and lots of them.
I can get behind this.
It's like a rock choir.
Maybe they go and spread out, and so 2.5 million go this way to have a galactic tour, and another 4.7 go in a different direction, and they just kind of that's how they expand their galactic rock empire.
We can decide all of that stuff later. We can just be
true.
they depart on a galactic world tour never to return to the solar system, and we can decide what that looks like later.
Great.
Perfect.
Do we want that to be the same tone as dinosaurs evolve on Mars?
Absolutely. I
Yeah.
think maybe we have a couple turning points in the middle.
Yeah, for sure. But so they're both light?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what we're saying? Okay, so they're both light. That's cool. Step 3, the palette. Add or ban ingredients. The palette is a list of things the players agree to reserve the right to include or, conversely, outright ban. It gets everyone on the same page about what belongs in the history and what doesn't. So we're going to make 2 columns. One is yes, one is no. Each player can add one thing.
Okay. Am I just the one who's doing the whiteboard at this point?
Pretty much, yeah. I'm reading the rules, sorry.
I mean, I will have very badly drawn things, so yes.
No worries. I was just making sure. I was like, is someone else going to do this, or is this just my job now?
It's probably better with just one person doing it, yeah.
The reason I chose this whiteboard app, Noah, is because it lets me use my tablet, whereas Roll20 does not work with my Cintiq.
Yeah, I have my Cintiq up too, so...
Nice. So you're also welcome to draw on the whiteboard.
Sick. I have to figure out how I need to organize everything, but it's fine.
Here's our yes-no column.
Great.
So...
Beautiful.
Everyone gets to add one thing. Once everyone has added one thing, we go again, but the minute someone decides, hey, I don't want to add anything else, we stop, and that's it.
This is a good game.
That's a fucking it.
I love GMless games.
Microscope is a good game.
We all have so much power to just make, like, the dumbest shit possible.
Yeah.
That's very good. Okay. So I guess, like, once we already have, like, some clear, like, stuff like rock bands and dinosaurs. So that's not the kind of thing that goes on this. This is, like, specific. I'm trying to understand the rules here.
It's like, I always interpret this one as, like, tropes and, like, elements and stuff like that. Like, we think of this as, like, lines and veils, right? Like, I'm gonna say that, like, probably a no for me is going to be, like, groupies.
Fair enough.
Fair.
Put it on the board. Y'all get to write your own parts.
Everyone's already in the band. They are not gonna have groupies. They are their own band already. Is it just like... So, is it a culture of everyone is their own band, or is it the whole planet is a band?
One planet, one band.
All right.
We have no idea yet, but sure, let's go with that.
Thus.
All right, that's gonna be no groupies.
No
group pies. Sorry.
You can't have groupies if everyone's in the band.
Exactly.
Exactly.
No dino is lesser than the other.
Except if they play bass.
I mean, my definite key here is I don't want unbalanced power dynamics, but it works out this way.
Yeah. So
I was gonna say off of that. Sorry, go ahead, Sam.
No, I was gonna say somebody write the, like, one planet, one band thing.
I'll do it.
Perfect.
Oh, that's right. I was gonna tweet about this. Hold on.
My favorite thing is when we make vague tweets about the fucking
episodes we're recording,
and then, like, months later, the FDLcast Twitter retweets them. All right, I want to say yes to, like, maybe the bands split off and then battle each other occasionally. So I'm gonna say,
Sam, you literally stole my idea for the first focus.
The genre wars.
Battle of the bands.
Battle of bands. Should we be going in, like, turn order or something, or are we just fucking throwing things out there?
I'm still, like, trying to think of something.
We just, like, have to keep track of, like, who said what.
That's why we're writing in different colors.
Yeah, just to make sure that we're not, like...
Oh, I probably should have written that in the pink that I've been using. That's
no,
I
it's
just
okay.
figured the pink was the...
Pink is general.
Yeah.
Yeah, so blue is me.
I'll get orange. What? I don't know. I don't know I don't know. Everyone else can keep going, because I still can't think of anything.
It also doesn't have to be music related, it can be literally anything else.
I know,
I think we should be open to a puppet-based creationist myth.
This is a good episode.
That's the funniest thing anyone's ever said on our goddamn podcast.
All right. Someone
here
fucking write it in.
No, this was all a dream. There we go.
Good. Thank you, Mab. I appreciate that.
Yeah. This is a real history of real people.
Of real puppets.
Real puppets.
No, this is too far down. I ran out of room.
No,
it's okay. You can
fine.
like zoom out and then like zoom back in. Oh,
Okay.
there you go.
It's fine.
Or do that.
I'll add some more line to this as well to make it go further. Just sort of. There we go. Now it keeps going.
No, your handwriting is really nice.
Yeah,
you.
it is.
I was kind of like, wow, everyone with the tablet's writing on one side and it looks nice. And then there's me and Kales on the other.
Yep. Okay.
Part of me wants to be like, no straight people. This is a 100% gay planet. But I feel like that's going to introduce some very weird shit into this episode.
It's us. I think we all kind of like accept that about the planet anyway.
Yes, Sam, I think that's sort of a given, honestly.
It's going in the dock.
No one's lower than a 5 on the Kinsey scale.
Exactly.
Also, they're not people, they're dinosaurs.
No straight dinosaurs. Thank you.
Listen, dinosaurs don't have human sexualities.
It's true.
It doesn't fucking matter.
No people. Is that how you spell people?
No
Yes.
people. I think no humans is a good. Okay, and I'm gonna abstain because I have no other ideas, and we can just keep going, and we can add more stuff.
I was like, I don't know what that NS is, but that's okay.
It's fine. It's fine.
I literally feel like I spelled people wrong, but I know
It's because the O is so open it looks like a different letter.
I guess so, yeah.
Okay, so
All right.
group decisions are now over. For the rest of the game, each player makes decisions individually and has the vast power to shape history.
Oh, good.
Each player now gets to add more detail to the history, creating either a new period or event. Players can go in any order they want. To add a period, place it between any two adjacent periods. It doesn't matter. Then give a short description of what happens during that time. Say if the tone is light or dark. An event is a specific thing that happens inside a period, like a prince seizing the throne or a colony ship arriving on a new world. To add a new event, decide what period the event is in. If there are already other events in that period, place it before or after one of them. An event must be inside an existing period. Tell the other players what happens during the event. Say if the tone is light or dark. Keep it short and snappy. We don't want to do too much detail because then where's the fun in actually playing this game?
So are our periods like musical periods?
Fuck. Our history starts with evolution. Does that mean that our first genre is Christian rock?
Absolutely.
We sing about the one true puppet.
I hate this. Yeah. It's fucking...
All hail the puppet
You said
master.
it, and now you have to put it on the board.
Puppet master.
I am going to create a new period near middle endish. Or,
Should I make the timeline, like, much bigger?
Maybe.
Alright, let me, like, zoom the fuck out and just... Because, like, this is, like, an infinite whiteboard, which is pretty great. But it does mean that we can, like, zoom way the fuck out and make, like, a really big. So I'm gonna do this.
Just like the game.
So here's my thing.
Yeah, it's the game.
It's the fucking game. Here's the
Alright.
thing, is that the idea that I have is actually for an event, so I need someone to create the period first.
Listen, I
Okay.
really also want to add a period where it's like symphonic metal and it's a dark period.
Yes. Thank you. Do it. Put it on the board.
It's gonna go like this. This is the symphonic metal period.
I'm laughing
Perfect.
at the idea.
I just made a really, really big timeline, like, a lot below it.
Oh,
Like, if you
okay.
kind of scroll down,
oh,
it's big
I
and
see.
long. Yeah.
I see it. All right,
Yeah.
I'm going
Okay,
to zoom
let
back
me-
in, and then I'm going to put one true puppet rock
Over here.
over at
One
the
true
very
puppet
beginning.
rock. Perfect.
It's a dark period.
I think one true puppet rock is also a dark period.
I mean, Puppet Master Rock?
Puppet. Please.
Also, I just realized if you zoom in and then you use the text tool, it shows up small, so, like, we can just keep zooming in. Like, this is actually super cool, the way this
Yeah.
whiteboard thing works. So, like, we don't have to make this any bigger. We can just keep zooming in and, like, writing the text smaller.
Please call it Puppet Master Rock.
One true puppet rock, dark.
Puppet Master Rock.
Puppet Master Rock.
I do like that it's OTP rock.
That's fair.
Sorry, I'm the worst. I made this period so big, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
It's okay. They have to think on it for a little while.
Perfect.
Here, I'm gonna re-add
game.
whatever I had it called.
Symphonic Metal, Dark.
Are we gonna have to make everything like puppet and dino pens?
Yes.
I don't know.
I'm gonna make one true puppet rock.
I want to, like, add, like, an event, like, sort of, oh, wow, you just made one true puppet rock, like, real long, huh? I'm gonna add an event here.
I'm shortening it, I'm sorry.
It's fine.
I just wanted to move it closer to the beginning of the timeline.
Yeah. So this event is literally just gonna be the first instrument is invented.
Oh, good.
That's valid.
It has to be inside of a period, just so you know.
This is the early period.
Put it in one true puppet rock.
Okay.
I was thinking between the first instrument and one true puppet rock, we just have a short ska period.
That's also very dark.
Yeah, ska is the darkest period.
Ska is the darkest period.
This is the darkest timeline.
Okay, so has everyone added something?
Just like between here and here.
I keep moving the list and not the screen. I want to move the screen. Oh, I don't know what I just did.
I like how you hand wrote the word ska.
Ska.
It's good. It's perfect.
Is this like moving it for everyone, or is that just me moving my screen?
It's just you moving your screen,
Okay.
I think.
Good, because
I'm just zooming in and out. It's really fun.
Yeah, there's
Okay.
also a little
I was
hand,
too far
there's
away.
a hands tool.
yeah, that's
that
what I
you
was
can use.
using. But
Yeah,
like,
that's you moving your view around.
the dots stayed the same, so it really threw me off.
Yeah, that happens. Don't worry about it. Yeah, no, that's you
Okay,
moving
okay.
your screen around.
All right. So let's do a quick rundown of play, and then I will be the first. Okay, so here's I will be the player that starts. I become the first lens. The lens declares the current focus of the game, the part of the history we're going to explore right now. Then, each player takes a turn creating either a period, event, or scene. Period is the biggest, event is middle, and then scene is the smallest. The scene is the part where we actually roleplay. The lens goes first, then go around the table to the left, so we'll go down the list in turn order. With me starting, it'll be me, then Mab, then Sam, then Noah. Make sense?
Got it.
Sounds good.
The lens can choose to create two things on... This uses binary pronouns, it's fine. The lens can choose to create two things on their turn so long as they are nested inside each other. So I can make a new event with a scene inside of it, or a new period with an event inside that period. This gives the lens more power to get the focus going. After each player has taken a turn, then the lens gets to go again and add another period, event, or scene, or a nested thing. This lets the lens have the last word about the focus. After all players have addressed the focus, we take a step back and examine legacies, elements of the history we want to remember to explore later on. The player to the right of the lens, so with me starting, that'll be Noah, picks something from play during this last focus and makes it a legacy. The same player creates an event or dictated scene that relates to one of the legacies, either the one just created or one already in play. And then Mab would become the new lens and pick a new focus, and we repeat. So, it's a little complicated, but honestly, because, like, periods and events are, like, they seem really big, but they're actually much smaller than, like, a role-played scene would be, it actually does move kind of fast.
Okay.
Before the new lens starts, you may want to take a quick intermission and talk about how the game is going, talk about what you've liked or what intrigues you, but don't plan what's going to happen next. And that's pretty much how you play the game.
Sounds fun.
And you just keep doing that. So I'm going to be the first lens, and I'm going to picking the focus. The focus can be anything: a person, a place, a thing, an institution, an event, a period, a concept, anything you want. The lens can use something that already came up in play or make up something new on the spot. If you're making something new, you'll usually declare the focus, then make a period, event, or scene to show what you're talking about. So, because the thing is that I know what the event in the period that I want to do is.
Mm-hmm.
I need to just pick the focus. Okay, so the focus I'm going to pick, the first focus, I'm going to write this down. First focus is anniversaries. And the thing that I'm doing is on the millionth annual Battle of the Bands. I'm sorry, this is so much.
There's a lot going on here.
So the period is the millionth annual Battle of the Bands. The event is the lead screamer, as it were, of the, like, favorite band to win the Battle of the Bands, who's a pterodactyl. I don't remember very many dinosaur species.
Pterodactyls aren't necessarily real dinosaurs, sorry.
Fuck off, Sam. I don't give a shit. So, the lead screamer of the favorite band to win the millionth annual Battle of the Bands is assassinated before the final concert.
Oh no!
That's the event.
The assassination of... Fuck, I don't know. Someone.
Don't have to name them right now.
I was trying to make a joke and then my brain just, like, gave up as a concept.
So I'm putting that near middle-ish end.
Is that this new purple one?
Yeah. And then, so I'm making the period itself light, but the event is dark.
The assassination of the winged siren.
Ah! Good. Very good.
Thank you. Perfect.
I googled dinosaur names, and it didn't give me names that you could name your dinosaur. It was just names of dinosaur breeds, and I'm like, no, this is not what I wanted. What would you name your dinosaur? Pet dinosaur names. Here we go. Horatio. What?
Yes!
Baby dinosaur philosopher.
Thanks,
What?
Noah, for the assassination of the winged siren. So that's...
Horatio is his Christian name.
I actually really like that we're using this, like, microscope to zoom in. Like, you gotta zoom in a lot to actually see what the fuck that says.
Yep. To really zoom in. And that's pretty much my first turn as the lens. So Mab can do something now.
So do we have to be now within this time period?
The focus is just anniversaries, so it doesn't have to be within this period.
Oh, okay, I see. Alright, got it.
God, zooming in to like 482% to be able to read that. And so, like, I can just go plop down an event or a period having to do with an anniversary?
Pretty much, yeah.
Cool. Let's zoom out so I can see
What
this
is
whole
the
thing.
time scale of this, anyways?
At
So
least
much.
1 million years.
Time is long.
Time is...
Time dot is long.
Is this gonna be another, like, we don't know how time works?
Yes. 100%.
Like, look at this. I'm pretty sure this is at least, like, 1,000 years is their symphonic metal period, so, you know.
Yeah. The idea of picking a focus is that you're supposed to pick something, like, sort of smaller to, like, sort of, like, get everyone centered in, like, the same area of time. But I really don't care. Do whatever you want. Sorry, Ben Robbins, we're breaking your game.
Okay. Then in which case, I'm going to make a small period. Whoops. That is a crooked ass line, but I don't care. That one looks slightly better. Nothing here is straight, not even our lines. Zoom in. The whole period. It's going to be a whole period. And it's going to be celebrating past musical styles. So it's like an anniversary of all the past styles that they've had until this point.
It's like a revival period.
Yeah, basically a revival period. And it's very early on, because they didn't realize how long their lifespan is. But their revival period, a celebration of past styles. Light. That's just a whole thing.
Oh, also, you can establish events and scenes inside of periods that other players have established.
Cool. I just wanted a revivalist period.
Yeah. But, like...
I want to... Oh, sorry.
yeah, so, like, if Sam wanted to play in one of our periods, he can do that.
Cool.
That's it, I'm done.
That's all I need to do, right? I don't have to do anything else. I can just have this tiny, tiny little blip of time.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to think, like, I kind of want to do something that's, like, not related to the music that they're doing. Like...
That's
like
fine.
the space age or whatever, you know what I mean? Or like I guess space age is technically like this is their techno period. It's when they went to space. It's called the techno period, but like this is when they finally made it into space.
Their own space race against themselves.
The space race between like, oh shit, here's an idea. There got to be like a schism somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the millionth annual Battle of the Bands period. I don't know how that's a period. Is this just like 1,000 years of like...
I was just about to say. Is this a 1,000-year event? Because it's the millionth one.
Absolutely. It is now. Right after that starts the period of the techno schism.
Because they realized in the process they missed 999 other Battle of the Band anniversaries.
Yeah. So this whole period is the techno schism.
Good.
Where everybody wanted to go to space to spread their musical talents to the stars. Universe.
Is it house? Is it prog rock?
Jesus.
Dubstep?
I think some of them go like EDM and some of them go like
post rock and, you know.
Yeah. I don't know enough about music to make these jokes.
Is it dubstep?
There's a lot of different. I feel like the schism like splits everybody into like 5 or 6 different factions.
Good. So who is going to rewrite our intro theme to be techno or symphonic metal or
we're gonna
Christian
have to
rock?
get Brian to do it.
Oh my god.
Good. I think that's all I needed to do, right? Was create a time period.
A thing, an event, a time period. Yep.
It's pretty basic, honestly.
Yeah. Soon enough, the whole timeline will fill up, and then we'll start getting deeper.
Yeah. We have to establish all the musical genres first.
Of course. I feel like part of this is they name their time periods after musical genres, but more is happening than just their musical shit.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, the techno schism is like the space race, but also there's techno music happening at the same time. It's
like the 80s, except if the space race was happening during the 80s.
Exactly. Beep, beep, boop. Whose turn? I think it's Noah's turn now.
Yeah, I'm next. Okay.
Yeah.
Someone can stop me, but I really want just a ridiculously long big band jazz period.
Yes!
Good. In which every day is a celebration.
After One True Puppet Rock.
Big band jazz. Light. Oh, the techno schism is dark, by the way.
Oh, I love how big the big band jazz period is. Damn.
And then they all got so tired of big band jazz that they just went to a revival.
A revival of...
Because I think it's really funny that the revival is only 3 genres.
Yeah.
Big band jazz is literally 10,000 years long. It's just 10,000 years of the Roaring 20s.
Perfect.
Guys, how the fuck does time work? Nobody knows.
Okay, actually, now that I have 10,000 years of the Roaring 20s stuck in my head, which is gonna be our episode title, I want to create an event in big band jazz, which is
I probably wrote that too close to the timeline. I'll move that up.
It's okay. People
don't
can, like,
care.
draw lines
Okay.
and, like, bring it out further.
I'm gonna just casually just draw. What's something that we can ban? What prohibition can we do? I don't want it to be alcohol. I think that's boring.
That's boring.
It's been done already.
No kazoos.
I was gonna say banjos and accordions.
No, we can't do accordions.
They need that for jazz.
Banjos and kazoos.
The prohibition on fucking
Bluegrass.
southern ass. The prohibition on hillbilly music.
Prohibition of bluegrass, which is a dark.
Hold on, see that tiny little space between the black line and the purple line from puppet rock to big band?
Yes.
That's the bluegrass period right there.
That's like 10 years.
I know.
It's like a decade long. We just have to remember that for, oh my god, y'all, none of these are oh well. This is
Fine.
not an anniversary. I mean, I guess it's related to an anniversary. On the 100th anniversary of the bluegrass decade.
It's prohibited.
It's prohibited. There we go. That's how I related it to the focus. I'm really bad at this game.
It's fine. We're playing Calvin Ball with the rules of...
At Ben Robbins, I'm so sorry. Microscope is like playing Calvin Ball in some ways.
It's true, it is.
I'm not gonna do... Actually, I do want to do a scene, because we haven't done a scene yet. I want to do the scene where bluegrass is... I want to do, like, a...
Oh, sorry.
You
That
said
was the-
bluegrass! No!
No, actually, that works, because I want to do a bust of a bluegrass speakeasy.
Bluegrass speakeasy! And I just remembered they're all dinosaurs.
We're so fucking good at Microscope, y'all.
We're so good at Microscope. This is a good podcast, you guys.
I have to go read the thing about scenes now. Oh, so one of my favorite sections in talking about events is, called Nuking Atlantis. It
Cool.
doesn't matter who created that gleaming city on the hill or who played that character in the last scene. If it's your turn, you can do whatever you want. You can make an event and say, this is when the prophet gets assassinated, or this is when that awesome city you guys have been going on about gets nuked. Boom! You have nigh unlimited power, so as long as you don't contradict what's already been established. Don't pull your punches. Killing a
Hell
character or nuking a city doesn't remove it from the game because you can always go back in time and explore what it was like when it was still around. But I love that this section is called Nuking Atlantis. It's so fucking good. Anyway, scenes. To make a played scene, don't say anything about what you want to have in mind, just follow these steps. State the question, set the stage, choose characters, reveal thoughts. The symbol indicates choices made by each player going around the table to the right. All other decisions are made by the player making the scene. Okay. State the question. The question is why we are looking at the scene in the first place. I think the question in this case, in this bust of the Bluegrass Speakeasy, is what do we actually think about the bluegrass prohibition? Like, is it like when Prohibition was a thing in the Roaring Twenties where, like, everyone drank anyway?
Yeah, like everyone
Or-
who's rich had their like alcohol just like just gonna store it underground. They sure did that in Coronado.
Yeah. Or
Learned
is
that
it
about
like-
the history?
Are we storing the bluegrass underground?
They have underground jazz clubs.
Yeah. So is it like that? Or is it like everyone actually, like, a lot of us actually are like, hey, we don't want bluegrass music around anymore, and, like, the very few bluegrass movements get, like, broken up?
On one hand, I really like the image of just, like, an upper class, like, rich billionaire getting called out on the irony that they own a banjo, but the latter is also good.
I love it all. I will support bluegrass.
So, okay, so that's my question, is like, what does prohibition actually look like for the general populace? And we will answer that question during the scene. Set the stage. When does a scene happen? So this happens during prohibition. So, where, why, what just happened, or what's next? So this is at a bluegrass speakeasy, obviously. Everyone's here to listen to some bluegrass music. That's it. Okay, so I guess we get to make us some characters now?
Yeah.
Cool.
The player making the scene may specify 1 or 2 characters someone must play in this scene. That player can also name 1 or 2 characters no one can play in this scene. So the important thing is that we're going to carry on with a trend that we started last week, and the character that I'm going to ban is a nice cop. All cops are bastards.
All cops are bastards.
Who would play a nice cop?
Nobody on this podcast.
So, no one is allowed to play a nice cop. All cops are bastards. I need someone to play the... What are other instruments that are in bluegrass bands besides the banjo?
No instruments, just banjos.
A mandolin.
Is this Dinosaur Mumford and Sons?
Yeah.
Huh. One thing is, I just saw, hold on, I have to read this. Unlike mainstream country music, bluegrass is traditionally played on acoustic stringed instruments. The fiddle, 5-string banjo, guitar, mandolin, and upright bass are often joined by the resonator guitar and occasionally harmonica or Jew's harp.
Mm-hmm.
I know what a Jew's harp is, I just still hate that it's called that.
Mm-hmm.
God, that's so much.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Someone needs to be the harmonica player, and I'm not saying that the harmonica player is a Tyrannosaurus Rex, but also...
That's also gonna go really well because they don't have lips.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I love it.
Everything is fine. So someone needs to play the harmonica player, and there's bastard cops. That's it.
I'll be a bastard cop, I guess.
I really want to be the harmonica player. That sounds like my kind of thing.
Thank God.
Good.
I'm going to play time. Because that's a thing that you can do when you play a scene. Where is it?
Hey, what the fuck is this game?
Really fucking good. Where is it? Oh my god. Basically, to play time is like, I'm playing, like, the, like, I'm just making the movement happen, so, hold on. I need to actually find this section, because it is really cool. Time represents forces or groups of people who are pushing the situation to some conclusion for good or ill. The barbarians at the gates, cavalry come to the rescue, the angry mob, the black plague, the tanking economy, these could all be time. So I'm gonna play time. And I'm gonna play the fucking, the rest of the force of cops.
Perfect. So I guess I'm playing the cop in the front. I just fucking kicked down the door of this bluegrass speakeasy. Got my gun out. I'm a fucking, what are those? I'm like a tiny dinosaur.
Yes.
Like, not like real tiny, but like not like a T-Rex. Like, can't remember the name of a single goddamn type of dinosaur right now.
No, I'm right there.
Princess Day, apparently. Quackpot. What? Oh, it's from Dinosaurs. What?
I just googled dinosaur types, and the second thing that came up is bird.
Yeah, I saw that. I was waiting to say that, and then I forgot.
I'm gonna be a fucking velociraptor, sure. And I'm holding a gun, because that's how time works. And I say, everyone, put your hands up! Get your hands off those instruments!
I'm the banjo player.
Are you just playing a banjo player?
I'm just a frantic banjo player.
Whoever's editing this, just like add in some like frantic banjo sound.
There's just gonna be a banjo playing beneath the entire chase scene.
I feel like my T-Rex wonders about, like, I'm not really holding the harmonica with my hands. I've got one of those, like, the harnesses that people have for harmonicas.
Yes! Thank you, that's exactly what I was imagining!
So
I love this.
I'm gonna keep playing, but you just said to keep your hands off the instrument, so I am doing that. But the show must go on.
I'm just like waving my... Get your hands off those instruments or I'll shoot!
I start running.
There's the sound. It's like a Tommy gun. It's like... It's a fucking velociraptor with a Tommy gun. Just like start shooting in your general direction. All cops are bastards. Whatever. Let's go.
I'll be a bird dinosaur. I'll just fly away with my banjo.
This
How
is
are you
my
playing
stand.
the banjo if you've got wings?
With my feet.
That's valid.
You say get your hands off the instruments, and neither of the two of us have hands on our instruments.
The cops' radio, like, sounds, and one of the other forces is like, hey, do you need backup?
Yeah! Follow that bird! I do want to point out also that it's not like a bird dinosaur, it's just a picture of a bird.
Yeah, it is just like a robin in a tree. It's very good.
It's just a bird.
That's me. Fucking, I love Google. What's the audience doing? No, none of us are playing an audience member, which I think might have been an oversight on our part.
How do you know we weren't like doing a recording in a private studio that was also a club?
But we also
we still need like a manager then.
the problem is the question is, what does the general public feel about prohibition?
I feel like there was like a pretty big like group there, and they all just like fucking scattered.
Yeah. It's just like, it's pure chaos with a harmonica and a banjo playing the getaway music in the background, and then suddenly a Tommy gun going off.
They playing a yakety sax, but on a banjo and a harmonica.
my brain immediately went to that John Mulaney bit where it's like, my friend threw a 40 on the ground and yelled, "Scatter!" That's exactly what happened.
Yeah, that's what's happening right now. So is the banjo player fleeing?
Yes.
Okay, I'm staying. I'm still gonna play the harmonica.
I've run out after the banjo player, so the rest of the cops are... That's the rest of the cops' problem.
I'm just a big-ass T-Rex playing my harmonica. This is my stand.
Is this like a common stand? Is this how all of us feel?
I was gonna say the banjo player is shouting, "Don't let them silence us!" as they take to the skies.
I don't know what a fucking Tom gun looks like.
Fuck.
I also don't know what a dinosaur... Guys, I don't know how to fucking draw anything, but I've drawn the most important thing that's ever happened in this whiteboard.
Where is it? Oh, I'm zoomed in too far. Oh my god.
What is that? It's adorable.
It looks like a fucking kangaroo.
They have never... Here.
Has
There
a
we
little
go.
hat.
Now it's...
Fuck. I'm fucking screenshotting this. Hold on. All cops are bastards, but especially dinosaur cops. All dinosaur cops are bastards.
This is very good.
Okay, so the thing is that it does sort of sound like on some level that, like, the general public is, like, really, like, not into this prohibition.
Yeah, they're not enjoying it. Okay.
And once we've answered the question, the scene ends. And then we decide whether or not it was light or dark.
So there was a dinosaur with a gun, but also this was very funny. So it's anybody's guess.
It's anyone's fucking game.
This is a very bad pterodactyl.
I think that this is a dark moment for our musical history.
I love it. Look at it. Look at that little friend. This is an extremely dark moment in our musical history.
This is This is a really dark moment in our musical history. Okay.
When does this happen after the Prohibition, though?
What?
Like, when after the Prohibition? Like, where does this go on the timeline?
You want to know what? I love the idea, keeping with the focus, if the underground bluegrass movement threw a bluegrass concert for the, 5th anniversary of Prohibition.
Good. I love it.
And that was what just got busted. God, y'all.
Very excellent.
Okay, so
Incredibly excellent.
Noah, you get to pick a legacy.
Okay, so what's legacy? Just clarification.
I'm honestly, this is the one part of Microscope I'm not that well versed in. So I'm gonna just go back. Legacies are common threads that may stretch through time and influence history. A legacy can take many forms: an object, a person, a place, a bloodline, an organization, or even a philosophical ideal. You make legacies to identify things you think are interesting and want to keep in a spotlight. So basically, anything that we've talked about over the course of this thing, you can turn into a legacy.
Okay, I feel like the harmonica and the banjo should be Smithsonian level relics of this era.
Oh my god. So those end up in a museum for all time.
Absolutely.
Fucking yes. And then you get to make an event or a thing called a dictated scene, which is basically where you tell us everything that happens in a scene instead of us all role-playing it.
Okay. For anything? Or
for the legacy.
Oh, for the legacy.
Yes.
Probably at one point, maybe somewhere in the symphonic metal period, there was a heist to steal the banjo and the harmonica to do a new sort of spin on the symphonic metal genre. And do I keep going? Is that still gotta get more detailed, or am I totally off base?
Are you talking about the heist? Because the heist could be a scene, and you could talk about that. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess we'll kind of just stick it somewhere in the timeline. And there's so much pressure.
It's okay. What you say goes.
Yeah, that's true.
It's true.
It's a lot of power to wield, though. It is really stressful. There's a whole section in the book about it, but I can't find it right now, because this book is 81 pages long.
It's a really, really long rule book.
Okay, so, I put down the Banjo-Kazooie heist, because that's all I could think of.
Oh my god, is Banjo-Kazooie one of the people?
I guess so now.
Fuck. Banjo-Kazooie is some fucking dinosaur, huh?
Yeah. We just kind of have a very feathered dinosaur and a winged one. Kind of went on a Bonnie and Clyde type heist to get these instruments and revolutionize the symphonic metal era. And
do they succeed?
I want to say maybe the bastard cops win this one, and we'll see if that leaves anything up for
I like this idea. Sometimes the bad guys win.
Yeah, I feel like the bad guys won this one. And
This
they
is
stay
another
in the
dark
museum.
moment.
Yeah.
This is
In a
literally
dark
Bonnie
period.
and Clyde.
Yeah.
Except
it's a Bonnie and
Banjo-Kazooie.
Clyde type situation by Banjo-Kazooie.
Was it one banjo and the other one's kazooie?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, that means that this focus is done, and Mab, you can pick the next focus. It's your turn to be the lens.
Hi, it's Dora, and I just wanted to thank you for listening. If you've enjoyed us, please consider leaving a rating on iTunes, telling your friends about us, or tweeting about our show using the FTLcast hashtag. No, seriously, we crave the validation and it helps us out. Your support really means a lot. Thanks again!